G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Yes, Waratahs have lost to Moana Pasifika. First of all, congratulations to Moana Pasifika for their good performance. This is the one and only win they've got this season. And what a deserving win over the Waratahs away in Sydney. Very tough place to win. And they managed to come out quite comfortably over the Waratahs with some really hard running physicality and good attacking for the most part. Good attacking, good support play, and put the Waratahs, beat the Waratahs quite convincingly uh, on the night. But for me, I really want to talk about Michael Hooper. I have a lot of respect for Hooper. I think he's one of the best captain in the history of the Wallabies, and he was the youngest Wallaby to reach 100 Test caps. I think he had beaten. He's the most capped captain for the Wallabies. He's always professional. He's one of the best. If I think there was a period where he was the best flanker in the world, and he has brought me a lot of happiness in my life. So I really want to thank you, Michael, for doing such a tremendous job for Australian rugby, and to see him, kind of like retire, not sure what he wants to do in the future due to mental health issues and due to, I guess, Wallaby struggling. That mental burden really kind of gets to you at some point. You just got to step away. I was, I was watching this game. I was a little bit emotional, to be honest. I'm not gonna miss this guy. Um, yeah. Mike, I wish you well. I hope you come back. And there's one thing I really feel bad for Michael, because when the Wallabies are like losing so much, right? He doesn't smile, and then the Wallabies wins. He still doesn't smile. Like in the post-match commentary, you can tell he's not happy. And man, I don't know, man. I really wish he could come back. He's still 31 or something. He can definitely play. Definitely come back, play for the Lions tour, and potentially, definitely gonna have a number of good years ahead of him. But I mean, it's just, it's the environment in the Wallabies just hasn't been good. I mean, I don't blame you. It just hasn't been good. It's so toxic. The players are just, a lot of the players are just kind of like in there for the money, I guess, in there for the fame. And the Hooper is the one true professional out there every week and try to deliver for the fans, try to deliver for this team. Always a good captain, never lost his composure. And I'm really sad to see Michael go, man. And again, what really made me sad about this game is the fact that the Waratahs played really bad for Michael. He didn't deserve to go out on such a poor performance from his teammates. Like, I was embarrassed. I was honestly embarrassed by the performances of his teammates tonight. Because you come out and say all this garbage about, oh, we want to send out Michael with a win. We want to do our best for our for our mate. That was all bullshit. It was awful. Like, it was hard to watch. Like, the amount of missed tackles, the amount of just stupidity was just unbelievable. Even the most basic stuff, right? The set piece was just atrocious. I mean, it was just I'm just gonna show you a little bit of the highlight here. This, honestly, it's just tackle. Actually, go watch it yourself. The missed tackles that leading into some of these tries from Moana Pasifika is just mind-boggling. But it's really sad. But I hope Michael maybe come back one day, deal with his mental health issues, and come back, because he is one of the best. I don't know if I can't remember if I talked about this, but he's the youngest guy to reach 100 Test caps for the Wallabies. He has the most capped captain for the Wallabies, beating George Gregan. And I mean, it is what it is. Maybe let's talk about the game a little bit before I start to get super upset over Michael. And so Moana Pasifika, five tries to 4. Yeah, just the fact that, oh my god, right at the end as well. So the the Waratahs needs to like score twice to essentially draw the game. And you can just see the players, man. There's no urgency. They're going to pack down the scrum. They're just like walking into the scrum. Oh, man. It was just so hard to watch, man. Like, the commentators were angry. Morgan Turinui was angry. Even the commentary was like, these guys should probably just quick tap and go. It's like, nah, let's go for a scrum, guys. It's like 3 minutes left. If you score now, you could still have a chance to draw the game. Let's go for the scrum. Everybody's walking in, patting each other in the back, having a little chat. Like, it was awful to watch, honestly. I mean, God, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, it's just embarrassing. Like, the players need to take a look at themselves and really just take a good look at themselves and ask themselves, is this what they want to do for life? And really, is this what you want to do as a professional? Like, it was just embarrassing, to be honest. So yeah, Moana Pasifika, 5 tries to, basically it was 3 tries all the way till the end when Michael Hooper goes in for a more try right at the 80th minute to kind of get a consolation. The stats, Moana Pasifika overwhelmingly dominated the Waratahs, 623 over 466. Excuse me for a sec. Yeah, and 18 turnovers against Moana Pasifika, 16 against the Waratahs. So the game was really sloppy for both teams at times. Tackle count, and this is 142 tackles made, 36 missed tackles. I mean, I thought 36 tackles would have been just the second half. I don't even know if this stat was correct. Sometimes you get beaten and you don't even attempt a tackle. It's not actually considered a missed tackle. It's just like, well, no tackle was attempted. Let's just move on, right? 19 missed tackles, Moana Pasifika, much better for them. Kicks in play, 19 apiece. 2 missed conversions for Donaldson. Like, Donaldson has been quite good this year when he's goal kicking, and I don't know why he's 50% again this weekend. Like, everybody's just taking a break, I guess, going into the elimination rounds. And lineouts, quite even with on. There's no lineout loss stats. Scrum 7 to 8. No one lost the scrum. Penalty count 11 against the Waratahs, 12 against the Moana Pasifika. So the game was, the referee was a little bit bad as well this game, but that wasn't the reason that the Waratahs lost. So we're going to go through the game and some of the weird, bizarre referee decisions that kind of occurred by Graham Cooper. Well, he's not really an international test referee, but needs a bit of work to really get himself there. So yeah, the first try for the Waratahs was just nicely to grab a kick behind play. There was a bit of space back, and the ball, there was Nwanga Nitawasi and Dylan Peach chasing this ball. The ball kind of bounced awkwardly and landed in Mark Nwanga Nitawasi's hand instead of Dylan Peach. And it just, goes in for the try. It was a little awkward bounce of the ball, luck of the bounce, going to the Waratahs side. They're up 7 points to 0. A few minutes later, the Moana Pasifika, 13th minute in the game, was building a lot of pressure inside the Waratahs half. I think there was a crash ball from a line-out, essentially, and then Tava Nawai, he gets tackled, and he gets up, go again, and went over the try line. And referee didn't consider this a double movement. I was really baffled. I was like, hello? He was tackled, and he just got up and didn't release the ball, just went again, and referee just allowed that. So I thought this was really poor referee right there, but whatever, they get the try. It is what it is. The referee has made the decision. Moana Pasifika 7 points apiece, and then a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, the Waratahs 5 minutes later, the Moana Pasifika again was building more faces inside the Waratahs 22 as a result of Waratahs errors. Just some more faces, some more crash balls, and Fai Langi crashes over for the second try for Moana Pasifika. Suddenly, Moana Pasifika was leading the game, and then the Waratahs kind of like woken up a bit. They start, there was a counter attack on the Waratahs, and the Waratahs had like Dylan Peach gets tackled, the ball gets pushed back, quick ball comes out of the ruck. Nice hands by the team, forwards and back were involved all the way to the wing. And then it looked like Nwanga Nitawasi has scored again. And the TMO referee goes back and looks at the replay. They said Dylan Peach had knocked on the board in the ruck. he pulled the ball down to release the ball to try to get up, to try to pick up the ball. And then he tries to push the ball. And then there's like players piling onto him, pushing him down from the Moana Pasifika side. So then he actually tries to push the ball back, which, by the way, should have been a penalty. You can't just like collapse on top of a player to try to as he's trying to get off the ground in a ruck. You can't just collapse onto a ruck. So Moana Pasifika, and then anyway, he tries to push the ball back, and the referee said it was a knock-on. So Moana Pasifika players was trying to push the ball towards their side. He tries to push the ball back to the Waratahs side, and the TMO says there was a knock-on. So I don't see a knock-on there. You can argue that the ball, I don't know, there might be, it didn't really look like a knock-on for me. It looked like he tried to push the ball back, and there was it looked like the referee had confused the Moana Pasifika player's hand with the Waratah, with Dylan Peach's hand, and then they thought it was a knock-on. But yeah, it was, the ball did like kind of move back and forth in both ways when both players were trying to like jostle for the ball. But yeah, I thought that was really weird. But anyway, that is what it is. So that was another really poor decision by the referee. And then 31 minutes into the game, Moana Pasifika was once again building pressure inside the Waratahs 22, and the ball goes out wide to Whainga Nuku. He runs into the defensive line, draw 3 defenders. I don't know how you can have 3 people on him, and he still got 3, and then popped the ball wide to Tava Nawai, and goes into the corner with no one in front of him. So again, it was horrendous defense. I don't know how you could get 3 people. So it was 3 on 2, okay, to the defensive team. Okay, there were 3 defenders marking 2 attackers on the wing, and Whainga Nuku draw all 3 defenders. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but he did. And then just before halftime, the Waratahs was belting the Moana Pasifika's try line, trying to get a try before halftime. There was a short ball to Hannigan. Hannigan runs behind 2 of his own players, crashes through for a try, and there's a very clear obstruction here. 2 of the Waratahs players ran into 2 Moana Pasifika players, taking them out, allowing Hannigan to run through. Okay, yeah, the referee said that was okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I honestly was so baffled by this. I was like, okay. I guess that makes up for the knock-on. I guess the referee's like, all right, the incorrect call about the knock-on with Dylan Peach. Let's just, balance that out, I guess. So second half, so both teams kind of come out, bit of back and forth in the second half, and then the Moana Pasifika 20 minutes in finally was like, it was like center field. They were just, that's the replay I'm about to show you here. This is the one that's about to score. So yeah, the center field, the spread ball out wide, and this just like 3 missed tackles, another 2 missed tackles here. They just spread the ball out wide to Christian Leali'ifano, all the way out wide. He runs in like 40 meters for the 4th try for the Moana Pasifika. 5 minutes later, immediately, the Moana Pasifika strikes again. Again, there was just some really nice attacking, another just quick ball to they were like going open side, and then they just quickly switched the ball back out to the blind side, and then Fa'ilangi gets his 2nd try into the corner for Moana Pasifika. And then the Waratahs were chasing the game with still 15 minutes left. They can still get 2 tries in 15 minutes. It was awful to watch, man. Like, players were walking around, has no urgency. And like even the commentary was getting frustrated. You can hear it from the commentators. Commentators were like, all right, we gotta get this right, and then just silly mistakes, handling errors, and then all the way to 80th minute, they finally get a penalty. They get set that more correctly, and then Michael Hooper gets fed the ball at the end of the maul, goes in for a consolation try on the 80th minute. But that is what it is. Let me know your thoughts, guys, and thanks for watching. I hope Hooper gets well and come back play for the Wallabies for the last couple of years of his few years for his career. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good week. Cheers.